Welcome to Understand the Math. In this video, we're going to learn how to graph logarithmic functions. We'll start by looking at some basics so that we know what the graph looks like and how it can be shifted. And then we'll graph these two examples step by step. We're going to start by looking at a basic logarithmic function. A logarithmic function can model either logarithmic growth or logarithmic decay. In both cases, our function is written as f of x is equal to log base b of x. When we have logarithmic growth, our base b is greater than 1. And then when we have logarithmic decay, our base b is between 0 and 1. Each of these graphs has a vertical asymptote x is equal to 0. We're often asked to graph more complicated logarithmic functions that look like this. Y is equal to log base b of x minus h plus k. H is the horizontal shift. That's just a shift of the graph either left or right. And then k is our vertical shift, and that's just how the graph shifts up or down. When our graph shifts horizontally by h units, our vertical asymptote isn't x is equal to 0 anymore, and instead, it's x is equal to h. I've written down 4 steps that we can follow to graph any logarithmic function, and we'll go through these steps one by one as we walk through our example problems. Let's now go over 2 examples. In our first example, we are going to be graphing y is equal to log base 2 of x minus 1 plus 1. A good place to start when graphing these types of functions is to write down the general form. That general form looks like y is equal to log base b of x minus h plus k. The first step that we're going to follow to graph this function is to determine the base b, the horizontal shift h, and then the vertical shift k. If we look at our function, we can see that our base b is equal to 2, and that's going to tell us that we have logarithmic growth. Let's now find our horizontal shift. To find the horizontal shift, what we're going to do is look at what's inside the log, and that's x minus 1, and we're going to take x minus 1 and we're going to set it equal to 0, and that's going to give us x is equal to 1, which tells us then that our horizontal shift h is equal to 1, and that's going to give us a shift right of 1 unit. Now let's look at our vertical shift. Our vertical shift is just the standalone constant in our equation. So let's write down that k is equal to 1, and it's positive, so that means that our graph is going to shift up by 1 unit. Our second step is to find the vertical asymptote, and this isn't hard to do at all because we have already found the horizontal shift. Our vertical asymptote is given by the equation x is equal to h, and we already found that h is 1, so we know that our vertical asymptote is x is equal to 1. Now let's go to the third step. I think this is the hardest step because what we're going to do in this step is we're going to solve the logarithm for x and then create a table of values. Solving the logarithm for x, that's the hard part. We're going to start by taking the logarithm that we're going to be graphing, log 2 of x minus 1 plus 1, and we're going to set that equal to y. This way we have our x values and our y values that we can eventually plot. To solve this equation, we are first going to isolate our x term on the left-hand side. So I'm going to take the 1 to the right-hand side and write this as log base 2 of x minus 1 is equal to y minus 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this equation in its exponential form. I have a video all about that if you need a little bit of a review. We're going to write this as 2 to the y minus 1 is equal to x minus 1. And then the whole goal here is solving for x. So I'm going to write this as x is equal to 2 to the y minus 1 plus 1. Now we're ready to go ahead and create our table of values. We are actually going to start by creating a table of values for y minus 1. You always want to start with the exponent. So let's write down y minus 1. The values that we typically plot for our exponent are minus 1, 0, and 1. Now let's go ahead and write down what y is. So all we're going to do is we're just going to add 1 to each of the values that we just wrote down. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our y value, we're going to plug it in to our equation for x, and we're going to get what x is.
We could also plug in y minus 1.
We'll start with y is equal to 0, so our x is 2 to the minus 1 plus 1. That's just 1/2 plus 1, which is 3/2. Now let's let y be equal to 1, so we get 2 to the 0 plus 1. That's just 1 plus 1, which is 2. And then lastly, we're going to let y equal 2, so we have 2 to the 1 plus 1, and that's just equal to 3. Before we go on, let me just go ahead and highlight the points that we're going to be plotting. We have x is 3/2, y is 0. We have x is 2, y is 1, and then x is 3, and y is 2. Now we're all set. Our fourth step is to sketch the vertical asymptote, plot the points that we just calculated, and then sketch the graph. Our vertical asymptote was x is equal to 1, and let's go ahead and sketch that. Now we can plot the points. Let's pull this back down so we can see them. We have 3/2 and 0. Let's plot that first. X is 3/2, y is 0. That's right there. And then we have 2 and 1. X is 2, y is 1. And then our last point, x is 3 and y is 2. Because we know the shape of the parent graph, this is really enough points to sketch this graph. Let's go ahead and sketch it. It starts down here at the asymptote, and then it comes up and goes like this. And that's it. Let's graph another one that has logarithmic decay. In our second example, we are going to be graphing y is equal to log base 1/3 of x plus 3 minus 2. Just like we did for our first example, I am going to start by writing down the general form of our equation, and that's y is equal to log base b of x minus h plus k. We're going to start by finding the base, the horizontal shift, and the vertical shift. Looking at our equation, we can see that the base is 1/3. So let's write down that b is 1/3, and that is going to tell us that we have logarithmic decay. So that gives us an idea already of what the function looks like. Now let's look at the horizontal shift. We're going to take whatever is in our log, which in this case is x plus 3. We're going to set it equal to 0. And this gives us x is minus 3. So that tells us that our horizontal shift h is equal to minus 3. And that means that our graph is going to shift left by 3 units. Now let's look at the vertical shift. I'm going to highlight this one in pink so it's easier to see. Our vertical shift is just our standalone constant in our equation. So let's write down that our vertical shift k is equal to minus 2. It's negative, so that tells us that our graph is going to be shifted down by 2 units. So let's write down shift down 2. Now we can go ahead and find the vertical asymptote. The equation for our vertical asymptote is x is equal to h. And we we found that h was -3, so our vertical asymptote is given by x is equal to -3. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Now we're going to do the hard part, and that is solving our logarithm for x and then creating a table of values. We're going to start by letting our logarithm, log 1/3 x plus 3 minus 2 equal y, and we're going to solve this for x. We want to isolate the x on the left-hand side, so we're going to move the 2 to the right. This gives us log 1/3 of x plus 3 is equal to y plus 2. Now we're going to write this in exponential form, so our equation becomes 1/3 to the y plus 2 is equal to x plus 3. Now all we have to do is solve for x, so let's move the 3, and we can write this as x is equal to 1/3 to the y plus 2 minus 3. We're now going to create a table of values, and we're going to start with our exponent. We have y plus 2, and we're going to set that equal to be -1, 0, and 1. Those are good base values to use. Now we can go ahead and find y. So to find y, we're just going to take the numbers that we just wrote down, and we're going to subtract 2. So -1 minus 2 is -3, 0 minus 2 is -2, and then 1 minus 2 is -1. Now we can find x. When y plus 2 is equal to -1, we have 1/3 to the -1 minus 3. This is equal to just 3 minus 3, which is 0. We'll see if we can squish it in there. I'm actually going to go ahead and move all of this over to the left to make it easier and give us a little bit more space. Now let's let y plus 2 equal 0. So this becomes 1/3 to the 0 minus 3. Any number to the 0 is 1, so we just have 1 minus 3, and that gives us -2. And then lastly, our y plus 2 is 1, so this is just 1/3 minus 3. And I'm going to write this as a -2 and 2/3, just so it's easier to plot. Now let's go ahead and highlight our values. We have x is 0, y is -3, x is -2, y is -2, and then x is -2 and 2/3, and y is -1. Now we're ready to sketch the vertical asymptote. Let's see, let's write down what that is. We found that the vertical asymptote was x is equal to -3. We're going to plot the points, and then we'll sketch the graph. Let's start with our asymptote. X is equal to -3. That's going to be right here. And now we can plot our points. We have x is 0, y is -3. So that's this point right here. We have x is -2, y is -2. That's this point here. And then lastly, we have x is -2 and 2/3, and y is -1. So -2 and 2/3 is about here, and -1 is here. So that's about right there. Now we can go ahead and sketch our graph. We're going to start at our asymptote way up here because we have logarithmic decay. We're going to come down, and then it's going to look like that. And that's it. You now know how to graph logarithmic functions by following the 4 steps that we went over, and you're ready to try graphing some of these functions on your own.
If this video has been helpful to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. Keep believing in yourself and have a great rest of your day.